we're going to start with this weird movie that popped up. Now, if any of you have HBO Max.
It's on Hulu as well, I found out.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You might have seen a thing that says Adult Swim Yule Log. Those Yule Log things where the fire pit and it's just on your TV.
It's ambient with nice Christmas music. It's wonderful.
Yeah. So there is actually a horror movie inside of this movie. And we're going to not tell you very much because the less you know going into this, the more fun it is. It is a horror comedy. It's the gift that I didn't expect to get this year. Like,
yeah, it really is. The fact that, like, especially because you stumbled upon it because you just selected to watch the Yule Log, right?
Yeah, I was working and I was down on the couch and I was like, you know what? I'm in my 30s now. Maybe I'll just like throw this Yule Log thing on because that's what you do when you get older. And I thought, oh, it's Adult Swim. Maybe like Rick and Morty will pop up and have a couple lines. They don't, but a lot of other things pop up. I turn it on. I'm on my computer, and then you just have the Yule Log, and then you start hearing weird sounds like a door opening, but the camera stays on the Yule Log, and I'm like, what was that? And then I go back to my laptop, and then I hear a phone ring, and somebody pick up the phone. Like, what is going on? And then she dies. She gets murdered.
The woman on the phone.
Yeah, and the whole time the camera is on the Yule Log, so you're just hearing all this stuff. It's at that moment I set my laptop aside, and I'm like, what am I watching? What is happening?
Clocking out of work for the day.
It was amazing. Like, I have to say this is probably exaggerating a little bit, but I think it's maybe the best like at-home watching movie experience I've ever had because I was just transfixed. I had no clue, and I remember telling you, and I think you had read something, like you had heard about this.
That same morning that you told me about it, I was like, I literally, like, when I first woke up and checked Twitter, it was like one of the posts I saw was about this surprise horror movie inside of a Yule Log. But that was all I heard. So I knew there was a horror movie, but I had no idea what the fuck this was. And let me tell you, just knowing it's a horror movie doesn't ruin anything. I still was like, am I fucking crazy right now? What am I watching? It was really good though. It was a fun surprise gift. And who doesn't fucking like surprises?
Yeah, it was wild. And so we're going to now kind of go into spoilers. So if you have not watched it yet, skip to the next part. We have the timestamps because you don't want to know everything that happens. It's better just to experience. So this movie, the entire way, I just was like, where are they taking this? And how do they keep one-upping what just happened?
With something even more batshit fucking insane. I was like, am I watching, like, it's like Malignant and fucking Barbarian had a fucking baby, and like this movie just popped out. It has like 15 turns throughout the movie, and I'm just still like, I mean, it kept surprising me. I literally just didn't know what to expect around every corner, but I was confused, but like in a good way. I wasn't like, what the fuck is all this? I was saying what the fuck,
Yeah.
but I was like, this is fucking crazy. I don't know how this is gonna all like come together in some way, but wow, what an experience.
It really was. And yeah, like there's obviously there's very obvious like nods to Barbarian in this. But like where Barbarian is amazing because of like how well they do that and how like serious they make it
for the first part.
Yeah, like how they really just manage the tones and like make it a very like intense movie. This movie just says like, you know what, Barbarian did that great, and we're not going to try and copy them. We're just going to be inspired by them. But we're gonna have so much fun doing this.
Literally, I mean, you could tell they were having fun. I was like, there was parts where I was like, is this getting corny? And then I was like, no, it's like it's just like a satire kind of like a bunch of different things, but it kind of had like a sense of humor, almost like Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
And it was like kind of freaky in certain parts.
Oh, yeah.
But then a lot of other parts, you're like, wow, this is like goofy and hilarious, right? Like it wasn't as scary. It was more like scary movie kind of a thing. Like there was just so much going on, but it was, I mean, I still don't know if I understood everything, but I also took an edible before I watched this, which I would actually recommend because I feel like that was one reason why I was just like, "All right, I'm along for the ride. There's no escaping my mind right now, and my mind is fixed on whatever the fuck is happening."
That must have been a real experience because this movie, the tones switch on a dime.
A dime. A fucking dime. I was like, "I'm sorry, did the movie cut out?" There was, like, flashbacks to Pilgrim fucking times and, like, I mean, it just and then there was just shit all over the place. Then it was like, this guy's crawling through the fucking fireplace, and there's,
Yeah,
like then he's like I can only describe it as, like, the Red Room from fucking Twin Peaks, but, like, in hell.
yeah. Yeah, this movie has it really incorporates everything. Like, so yeah, it's got the haunted house, it's got Hills Have Eyes kind of slasher, you know, home invasion stuff. It has hell, the devil situation. It has time travel. That one guy,
That one guy.
things that are possessed, the possessed fire log.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
possessed fire log, the I can I say aliens?
Aliens, I did not see that coming. They did mention it earlier on, but yeah, like aliens, and then there's a cult.
Yeah, there's a cult sacrifice. I mean, it was just a whole thing. It was a lot. And that's the thing is like I kept like pausing it and being like, what the fuck is this movie? Like there's so much time left. And I was like, this is like really long, but like not I just thought it would be like, a shorter movie, like 60 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it, like an hour tops, right? And no, it was like fucking an hour and a half at least. And it was really good though. Like by the end, I mean, it's just ridiculous and it's making fun of stuff, but it's also like paying homage to
Yeah.
it. It was really fun. It kind of felt like this guy could be like, who did this? It could be like Sam Raimi, right?
Yeah. So this guy, the director and writer, his name is Casper Kelly. And like, man, they have this in like super stealth mode. Like this movie isn't even listed on his IMDb. Like
Yeah,
there's
that's what I'm saying. They just fucking dropped it in the middle of a Yule log like a fucking badass. Like, oh, who cares if anyone watches it? Who knows? Like, right? That's fucking baller.
like it has an IMDb page, but there's no way to get to it unless you like search the title of the movie, which is actually called The Fireplace.
Not even the Yule log. So
Yeah.
then you're not yeah, they make it really difficult, but I gotta just say, I feel like making a dramatic statement with your movie, the way that you drop it, the way they promote it, the way they something about it, that really works for horror movies. And I think it's cool to see all these unique ways that people are promoting their own work. So
Seriously.
I think doing that was like a really cool thing. It made them stand out because now people are talking about it who are like stumbling onto it. Like, what the fuck, you guys?
It's creative. It's so creative.
Super creative.
The plot, the premise of this movie and the reason that it's being filmed is because the main guy, he, as a side hustle, he films fireplaces for Christmas time and he posts them on YouTube so people can put them up. And like he has a side hustle for that.
I love that everyone keeps asking him, how much does that pay? 'Cause it's like, I'm curious too. Like, what the fuck? How much money do you get? That's ridiculous. Is that a real job? I'm sure there's fucking people that do it.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, but then just like all of the things that they do in this, it's just impressive. Like, yeah, we already listed all the weird things that happen.
Not even all of them. I'm sure we missed half of
Yeah, we
them.
just like when the alien like sucks like everything out of the people's bodies.
That was pretty gross. And then, yeah, like, I mean, there's just a lot of weird shit in this movie, but it was like, it was all fun.
Yeah, it was a blast. And this almost could be like a highlight reel for this director. Like,
That's what
look,
I'm saying.
I can do. He did a whole thing where we saw a scene of a movie focused on one thing that it wasn't what was happening. It was just the fireplace, but like you experienced that. Then they blew it out and made it a little bit bigger.
With the couple.
It was like watching a play,
Mm-hmm.
and I was a little worried they were going to do that for the whole movie.
Well, what was cool about that though, that was like kept building tension was the fact that the camera hadn't moved since the beginning when it was a Yule log. So it was like stressed about that. But I don't know if you could tell, but like in the reflection,
Oh yeah,
you could see the killer hillbilly guy come sneaking out, and he has that creepy ass mask because of fucking course he does.
Yeah.
And it was, like, really scary, actually. Like, I was really stressed just seeing that because I was like, again, like, these people are talking, but I'm like, I was transfixed still, like,
Yeah.
on what was happening with them. And also, like, I had to keep checking on the killer guy. And it was, like, super stressful. But it was also just like, I'm curious where the fuck all this is
Yeah.
going because it's like, it keeps, like, growing. The cast of characters. Then the kids show up who are, like,
Yeah.
double booked, literally just like the plot of fucking Barbarian.
Yeah.
And they're like the worst kids. And then I do love the guy. I think when the guy crawled through the fireplace to talk to the devil in the candy shop, whatever in hell,
Yeah.
that was when I was like, okay, I can't tell if it's the edible or is it me, but like, am I totally lost here? Like, what the fuck is happening?
Was it weird when the devil was like, "Did you do that high?" He's like, "Are you high right now?" You're like, yes."
Yeah, dude, I know. It made me paranoid. And then he had like accidentally gone back in time and killed his mom. And then it's like, I don't talk to people who aren't exist or whatever. And it's like, oh my God, what? And then he's just replaced with another actor for the rest of the
Yeah.
fucking movie. And I thought that was hilarious because nobody even notices.
I think my favorite scene in the entire movie is when the haunted the log is chasing him and they hide in the closet and she's like freaking out and he's like trying to calm her down. He's like, "It's gonna be okay. This is all fake. It's not real." And then he's like, "My camera's still downstairs. We filmed all this. Oh my God, they're gonna make a movie out of this."
I know.
And they have a whole conversation.
He's like, no, but who's gonna play you in the movie? She's like, I don't fucking care. The fucking thing's gonna get in there. He's like, no, it's not. Now come on, tell me who is gonna play you in the fucking movie. And it's like, I feel like that guy was really good. And I
He's
went
great.
back and forth between like hating him and then like thinking he was fucking hilarious.
Well, and then the best part of that is he's like, "I think I want Chris Pratt to play me.
Yeah, he did say that.
We got to get butts in seats, you know?"
He's a fucking star.
And then she's like, "You think this is going to be like a theatrical release?" He's like, "Oh yeah, this is proving supernatural. This can be Marvel level big. Like it's not going to be some Netflix straight to streaming movie."
Like just like their fucking thing is, which is great.
It was just so funny. Like there's just so many times where you're just like, this is just great. This is just fun, you know?
Yeah, it was really fun. It was actually like scary in parts, and it was also very much. I always enjoy a movie where I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Not always, but like in a fun way, where I'm like, I mean, I'm with it. It was a roller coaster, but I was there. You know, I liked it.
And you know, this was probably shot on the lowest budget that we can think of.
It still was pretty good though.
It was great.
Real good low budget. I think they probably spent all the budget on the fucking fire log that flies because
Yeah.
that still didn't look great.
The alien was so bad, but
I
I was
bought
like,
that with like $50 from a fucking party store.
this is so on brand for Adult Swim. You know, like this is just funny.
Exactly. It's not like he's gonna get like a really fucking huge like barbarian level budget from like, which is not even that huge, but like I'm sure that like it's still a lot bigger than what he got.
Oh yeah. I mean, I have to assume this was made for less than $1 million.
Yeah, I think so. But they used it very wisely.
They
I
did.
think this is a really fun movie. It's kind of a little bit related to the holiday just because of the Yule log thing,
Yeah,
but
that's about it.
but that's about it. But it's still like, I mean, it's just a fun time. Put it on for your relatives and they'll think, oh, how nice. You're putting on nice little Yule log. That's so sweet. And then it'll just change and it'll take a little while. It takes a little while to get going. So, I mean, I'm just saying it could be some hilarious shit that comes out of doing that. That's what I'm going to be doing.
Just trick people into it.
Oh yeah, this is the perfect fucking movie to do that. Are you kidding? Hell yeah. I recommend it. If you haven't, like, force everyone to watch it, just put it on.
If you are listening to this and you want to trick your friends, please record it. Just some reactions and send it to us because oh my gosh, that would be hilarious. Post it on Instagram or something and tag us in it. That would be so funny.
I'm telling you, this is gonna be good. I'm gonna do it first. Fuck all of you. I'm doing it.
There we go.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it right to my parents and see what happens.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.